Good morning, welcome back to the channel. This morning we're back out at the Starkey Nature Park, place I was at, I don't know, 2 months ago. I came here to try to capture an image or two, and I used my iPhone to help, come up with a composition. Posted that video, and really hasn't seen any action. No views. I think it had a total of 28 views. It's one of the lowest viewed videos I've put out there since I started doing this. This morning I came back here. The plan was to actually come out here with a new camera and create this video, all right, and try to capture an image and talk a little bit about, that new camera. Problem I had was that camera showed up yesterday. I tried to use it, but it wouldn't charge. It was broken. Just wasn't meant to be. So I came back out here this morning. I thought I would still come out, try to capture an image, see how things looked this morning. Now, we had some serious rains here on Friday. This is Sunday morning, by the way. We had some real serious heavy rains, about 3 inches of rain on Friday morning. It made it real wet around here. So I have no idea once I get down here close to the creek, what I'm going to find. But we're going to continue to hike down here. Yes, I'm going down steps right now, and see what we can find, and hopefully capture an image. So stay tuned. All right, so we've made it down here, to the creek. It looks like the water has been up pretty high, but it has receded. It's still up, but it's not nearly as bad as it was, at least, probably 24 hours ago. I mean, if you look back here behind me, you can see, where that lovely little cascade and tree and everything was. The water's so high that you can't really see much of that detail. All right, so what we've done is we've moved up a little bit upstream, still working with the trees here and a little bit of color in the sky. I'll turn around here so you can see. All right, you can actually see what's going on out here. Of course, right while I do that, as usual, right on cue, my camera goes to sleep. All right, that's just kind of normal. That's kind of how things go. But, not too bad. Nice little bit of, fog coming up or steam coming up off the water, because the air temperature and water temperature are so much different, which is kind of nice. All right. So that makes for an interesting image. We'll capture a couple here. Now, what am I doing this morning is right now as I'm shooting, as you can see, I'm shooting in a portrait position or vertical. All right. Trying to capture the cross of the trees. If you look here, see how the trees are coming up. Trying to capture all of that along with the tree and the bridge in the background, a little bit of the pink in the sky. All right. Trying really hard to capture that. Now, what we may do when we're done with this is still turn it into a 1x1 square, but definitely a nice little atmosphere here. Now, right now, as you can see on the back of my camera, we're shooting about 1/8 of a second at f/18 and still at ISO 100. Trying to capture this. All right, so if any of the images I've captured here this morning turn out, whether here at the bridge, I took a couple on my way down here as I was hiking down, I will put them in right here for you to see. All right, so let's talk about, that camera that came yesterday that couldn't charge and didn't work. All right, so what was it? It was a Nikon Z30. So why was I, getting ready to trial or test out or use or purchase a Nikon Z30? I'm not switching from Canon, so don't think that. That's not at all what it was. Basically, 2 weeks from now, I'm supposed to be hopping on a Viking river cruise over in Europe. Last year when I went and did this, I took my iPhone and I recorded and did everything with my iPhone, and it really wasn't great. I mean, you can check that video out. It was all right. I just had a lot of sound quality issues. I got some good images, but I didn't have what I would consider to be great sound. You know, so I really wanted to try to do something different. Now, one of my subscribers made a comment in that, with that video about, when he travels, he would never use his phone. He would always take his, pocket camera. All right. And I thought, well, heck, why not do something kind of like that? Try something different, something smaller. Take that, see if you could take some images with it and do, videos based around that. Unfortunately, the Z30 shows up and I just can't get it to charge. All right. It just does not. It won't work, so I'm having to return it. Now, I don't know if I can get one between now and the time that I leave, so I'm probably not going to take that with me. I'm not even sure at this moment what I'm going to do. If I'm just going to use my iPhone, if I'm going to take one of my other cameras, or go buy something else. Haven't decided yet, so we'll have to wait and see on that. We're basically 2 weeks out from me leaving for that trip, and we'll see. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind. But, even this morning, what I thought I would do is I would come out here and I'd use my Canon R5 and I kind of try out, could I take and use one camera, one lens, and video everything, take pictures with everything and do the trip that way, all right, whether it be my RP or my R5. So, but I also bought a new SD card. So I put that SD card in the R5. I wanted to record to it just to see how it would do. Well, walking out here trying to use that, what happened? It wouldn't record. It basically would lock up. So obviously I got a problem with that SD card. Yes, I formatted it, but it just doesn't seem to work. Now it is interesting. I tried it in a couple different cameras and had similar issues. So obviously a problem with that SD card. It's got to go back. And that's kind of the life of a photographer. You got to be able to roll with the punches and stuff. So I wanted to, I only brought out my Canon R5 to record with today, but I did have a backup plan, which is what I've got here, which is my DJI Pocket 2, which I'm using to record this on. So in case something happened, I could at least, capture some video, and hopefully still with my camera capture some images. As it turned out, I was able to do that. So that's a great thing. Yeah, and like I said, you should have already seen those images. Should have put them in here before I started the end of the video here. But I'm still not sure what I'm going to do for the Viking River cruise over in Europe. I'm not sure if I'm just going to take my iPhone, if I'm just not going to do really much of any pictures or videography. I haven't really decided. Now you're going to see this video after I get back. All right. So now this is going to air sometime in April. My cruise is right here in the middle of March. So this is early March, about 2 weeks from now. Actually, 2 weeks from now to the day. All right. I'll be in the south of France, on the Rhone River, hopefully drinking a little bit of wine and enjoying a much needed vacation. All right. Now, as always, I want to, just continue to stress, the best thing to do is get up, get out, and enjoy life. There's a beautiful sunrise going on here this morning. A lot of nice color, down here along Eagle Creek. All right, near Zionsville, Indiana, in the Starkey Nature Park. All right, absolutely a beautiful scene this morning. All right, if you're laying in bed, you miss it. Now, here's another tidbit. All right, where I as usual messed up. All right. The moon, it was a full moon, and it was setting this morning as I was basically getting closer to here, and I didn't even realize it. Beautiful orange full moon in the sky. Before I could stop and try to line up something and get a composition, it was too low in the sky and I couldn't capture it. If I'd done a better job and prepared better, I probably could have got a great image with that. Unfortunately, I didn't. So we missed that opportunity. So it kind of happens. So again, remember, always get outside, enjoy life. Make sure you check out my website, deweybphotography.com. I've got a store there. If you're interested in some shirts or something like that, please go ahead and buy them. They do have my logo on it. That would be greatly appreciated. It helps support the channel. Always like, comment, and subscribe. That also helps support the channel and get the message out there. Continue to work on building it and keeping more people involved. We're up close to 200 subscribers now. Certainly taken a long time to get there, but it is what it is. I'm not the most entertaining person in the world, and I certainly don't take the world's greatest photographs. So it is, I get out and I try and I enjoy it, and I really don't worry about it. So as always, thanks for coming along. It's greatly appreciated. Till we see you again, stay safe.